Hi, my name is Jennifer Highland, and today I'm going to teach you how to make malted chocolate pudding cake. Our ingredients are all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, light brown sugar packed, cocoa powder, baking powder, salt, chocolate malt powder, milk, unsalted butter, a large white egg, vanilla extract, and confectioner sugar for the top. Some variations of the recipe include using a different brand of chocolate malt powder other than Ovaltine, such as Carnation, but Ovaltine is the most popular because it's the sweetest. Instead of using the unsalted butter, you can use margarine, but that has more trans fat in it, so it's arguably still unhealthy. Instead of topping with confectioner sugar, you could top it with sprinkles or nuts. First, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And spare a 2-quart dish with Pam or any other spray. In the first bowl, we're going to be mixing our brown sugar, our cocoa powder, our salt, and our baking powder. So we are going to take half a cup of the brown sugar, sugar, and then we have a 1/4 cup of the cocoa, two teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix this up with a whisk. Also in the small bowl, we're going to have 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour and our whole wheat pastry flour. In order to make this dessert a little more healthy, you can substitute the all-purpose flour for just regular whole wheat flour. It might not taste as good, but it'll definitely be a healthier alternative. A 2/3 cup, and then we need a 1/3 cup of the whole wheat pastry flour. And then we'll mix those right in. The whole wheat pastry flour has about 100 calories per serving, 3 grams of protein, and about half a gram of fat. In the next bowl, we're going to mix some of our Ovaltine, the milk, the egg white, the butter, and the vanilla. So first we need a half a cup of the Ovaltine. Ovaltine has about 40 calories per serving, but it does not have any fat. So half a cup of Ovaltine. Then we need a half a cup of milk. We substituted the low-fat milk for the whole milk to make it a little healthier. It's 2% milk. Then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can substitute the margarine for the butter like I said before, but it is also, it's really high in trans fat, so it's more unhealthy. So now that we've melted our butter, we're going to pour that in. Then we need 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla. One teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. So the recipe calls for only egg whites, so in order to do that we have to separate the egg white from the egg yolk. So to do that we're going to split it in half and then balance the yolk. And you go back and forth until you get all the egg white out. And as you can see, egg yolk is in there. So now we're going to pour our egg white into our bowl. Stir these ingredients until the malt fully dissolves into the rest of it. Now we're going to combine our dry ingredients with our wet ingredients. And stir it up until there's no lumps. This whole dish isn't that expensive, but it's not inexpensive either. The all-purpose flour goes for about $3, but the whole wheat pastry flour is about $4 a bag. The cocoa powder is about $4, the malt powder is $6, the confectioner sugar is $2. Combined with all the other ingredients would make a $75 total for all of the ingredients together, including extra ingredients, making it about $9 per serving, as this serves 8 people. So now that there's no more lumps, we're going to spread this batter to the bottom of our 2-quart baking dish. And then we'll spread it to make sure it covers the whole pan. So now we need to make the topping for this, so we're going to combine 1/2 cup of brown sugar, pour it into our bowl, combine with 2 tablespoons of the cocoa, mix that with our whisk. Now we're going to sprinkle the topping we just made onto our batter. We're boiling our water now. We're going to take 1.5 cups of the boiling water and mix it with half a cup of the Ovaltine and pour it over our mixture. So we have our first cup of boiling water. Another 1/2 cup. And we're going to mix that with 1/2 cup of Ovaltine. Now using a ladle, I'm going to place the hot liquid over the batter. Now we're ready to bake it. So we're going to put it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. And it's done when you touch it, it lightly springs back, or when you put a toothpick in it and it comes out with no crumbs. So you're going to put it on the middle rack. Set the timer for 30 minutes. And wait. So now that our timer is up, you can see that if you poke it, it bounces back just like we need. And when you poke it in, there's no crumbs. Now you must let it cool for 30 minutes on a cooling rack. So now that it's cooled, it's time to put the confectioner sugar on top. So you're going to use the sifter and pour it in. Sift it all the time.